What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Baldmanreacts. Hope you're doing well. We're going to check out both versions of MEJIBRAY's Killing Me today with the release of the pop track Superstar from Janky and Kochi. Feel the need to let loose some MEJIBRAY to make my ears feel better. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. So, I have not heard the tracks before. This was requested on Baldmanreacts Facebook group not too long ago. I know a lot of you guys enjoy doing these side-by-sides, and they're one of the most fun things I do, is comparing different tracks, either covers or originals, side-by-side, different recorded versions. And I haven't done one for MEJIBRAY yet, though they did get included in last week's Darren Gray's video for Cage. So, we're checking out Killing Me. The first version is going to be the single version. And here we go. Very strong metalcore, like riffing with some of the virtuoso lead work here. Not sure I love that snare sound being so prominent in the mix. Love the guitar work. Love those riffs. Love how big those guitars sound. I like the choice of vocals here. Just makes it a little hot overall volume, but I don't mind that. I should have looked these lyrics up, but I did not. That's completely my fault. Definitely get a bit of that Darren Gray influence there, but I like it. Love that groove. Whoa! Did not expect that at all. It also saddens me a little bit because it just proves that they can do pop elements well when they really want to. Love the lead choices from the guitar player. Such a great riff. It's simple, and yet another big bombastic solo. Lots of shred going on. Got his best Inkday pose going on. You can certainly tell when he's growling, though, that he's not using the greatest of technique. So I can certainly see that tearing his voice up a little bit. These pop elements interspersed with all this metalcore is really awesome. like the English elements as well in that chant. I love how lead guitar driven this track is. It's so indulgent, and I dig the hell out of it. Though this heavy passage is certainly all during Gray. Right, so that was the single version of Killing Me by MEJIBRAY. And I'm not gonna lie, after having heard the track yesterday and then hearing this, I'm a sad bald man. I really am. I love the track. You certainly do get a bit of that during Gray influence. It's definitely there in that real heavy, easygoing blast that Shinya likes to use a lot drum-wise, with that riff and that deep, gurgly death metal vocal. The guitar work is all over the place. Their guitar player is fantastic. I've said that before. He's just a really, really strong player. I like his tone choices as far as his rhythm and his lead tones. I think the track is pretty well mixed. I don't completely love how dominant that snare is back there with such a hard snare tone, but it works. The drums overall are pretty well mixed. Get some of the bass. The bass was a little drowned out by the rest of the elements. I like the different vocal choices, and that jarring pop transition is awesome. And it's another one of those things that makes me shake my head, because you listen to it here and they're integrating those really strong pop elements really, really seamlessly here, and you can tell that even stepping out vocally, they do pop well. So to see it go the way it has, well, I'm not really sure what to say there. Let's go ahead and get into the re-recorded version. I have not heard that either. This is the re-recorded version of Killing Me by MEJIBRAY, and here we go. If I'm not mistaken, the person who put the single version up just edited the video audio. It sounds similar. There's not a ton of differences that I'm hearing musically. A little bit more volume, the tones are a little thicker. The snare sound isn't as abrasive and forward. It's got a little bit more of that nasally pitch vocally here. It's one of the few parts of his voice I don't necessarily like. Musically, it doesn't sound like they changed a whole lot. Definitely using a bit more of that higher range here. There's more effects on the low-end vocal. Definitely more processed. where you could hear him straining a little bit in the original low-end growl and hear a bit of that mic muffling from cupping the mic to get that sound you don't hear it here. I don't mind listening to this again just for all the incredible lead work. Definitely a lot more vocal layering and a bit more effects on that aggressive tone. You get more of the cow pig squeal kind of feel with his voice. Love all the 80s shredder poses the guitar player is doing. A lot of the Yngwie poses. A really cool tremolo picked lead lick there. A little bit more of that rookie-like vibrato there. And that kind of tone that he likes to use. Alright, that was the re-recorded version of MEJIBRAY's Killing Me. And they didn't really change a lot musically there. You can tell. They did thicken certain things up. The guitar tones are a bit thicker. They already sounded really good. I like the drum sound here better. I don't find the snare to be as invasive as it was in the original version. But they cleaned up a lot vocally. Vocals sound a little different. They certainly sound much more processed and a bit more effects on them in the low-end growls. So I was saying in the original video, and I didn't address it after that for that commentary on the first version, is it doesn't sound like Genki is growling right. It sounds like he's not using the correct technique. You can hear him pushing it, and you can hear that real struggle a little bit in his voice. And you can hear that muffled sound that tends to happen when vocalists cup a mic. And a lot of vocalists that aren't using proper technique will lean on cupping the mic to get the sound they want out, to get that more muffled feeling, that deeper register. So they'll take both hands, they'll cup around the mic chamber to help get some of that because they don't have the technique to pull it off. There's a lot of vocalists out there that are going through voice lessons or have taken voice lessons to improve their voices. Matt Shadows from Avenged Sevenfold, Jesse Leach from Killswitch has taken a bunch, Rob Flynn from Machine Head, Matt Heafy from Trivium, and many others are using vocal coaches like Melissa Cross, who has a phenomenal video series called The Art of Screaming, or The Zen of Screaming, that helps singers utilize that part of their voice correctly and to not blow it out. I don't know how many of you have done aggressive vocals and actually try to, but I mean, even if you just scream really loud for a while, you'll notice your voice really, your throat starting to hurt, and you might potentially just blow your voice out from screaming. Well, doing that night after night after night on tour with bad technique, just growling like that, it will tear your throat apart. And I can certainly understand where people were saying that he was having some vocal issues, and that's why it's coming from bad technique. And you can certainly hear a little bit of that in the first version. And I can see why they re-recorded parts of that, because they certainly cleaned that up in the re-record. Overall, they're really similar. I mean, there's some slight differences. It's not like listening to a Dir & Gray re-record where the differences are really apparent. That, like, those so far really stand out more because there's so many different, they really do have drastically different sounds, and so, especially maybe some of the symphonic versions. But overall, getting 2 shots at the track, not a bad thing, not a bad problem to have at all. Certainly enjoyed both of them, and it just makes me shake my head. But thanks for hanging out with me and listening to these. Wanted to go ahead and get this done afterwards. Listen to some far more awesome MEJIBRAY. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will probably do at least a couple more of these side by sides this week. I got a couple of things I want to do to include 2 versions of one of my favorite songs. So that'll be fun. Thanks, guys. I love you. I appreciate you and all the support. Truly, I do. Thank you, my law enforcement, military veterans, and first responders for what you do every day. As always, you have been awesome. I have been Baldman. I'll see you in the next one. Be excellent to each other. Keep it banging.